Hey everyone, it's Sam Kwok here once again with Accelerated Strategies. And today we have Jason Huynh, who is a real life client of ours, all the way from Virginia. And not only has he graduated from our program, he's saving money, saving time, but I also believe he's in real estate investing as well. I know some of you are also interested in that. So Jason, thanks for stepping in and willing to share your story.
No problem, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's go and start from the beginning of your story, just kind of how you got into Accelerated Strategies in the first place. But before that, tell us a little bit about who you are, what your situation looks like, what were you doing before?
Sure. So, just like every normal person, I have a full-time job,
Mhm.
W-2 job, and I've been really interested in, real estate investing. That's how I stumbled upon you guys on
Yeah.
YouTube. And then I saw a YouTube video with you guys about paying off your mortgage faster using HELOC strategy. So that sparked my interest. So I watched a couple of the videos and then the testimonials from the other students and clients, and that's what got me really interested. So I took that first step, and as they say, the rest is history.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you found this on YouTube, you watched it. What sparked you to go, hey, this is really interesting. I never heard this before. What made you feel motivated to go deeper and checking us out?
Yeah, just just watching several of the videos. I've heard about people paying off their mortgage sooner, using just a simple, pay 1 month of your mortgage, an extra payment every
Right.
year. But still, that seemed like they'll say it'll cut it down from 30 to 17 or 18 years. And then I started watching your videos and they're talking about the HELOC strategy. And I really wasn't sure what a HELOC was. I've always
Yeah.
heard of home equity line of credit, but using the HELOC strategy is totally different. And then by watching the videos and understanding exactly how the process worked,
Mhm.
it made a lot of sense to me. So,
Yeah.
it's something that I wanted to do.
Sure. So let me go a layer deeper and kind of go into why pay off your mortgage in the first place. Because there's a lot of people, especially who check out our videos like you, who would ask, okay, why would you even want to pay it off? Why not just wait 30 years and just keep making those same old payments? What's wrong with that?
Right. So I think it's just the education piece. A lot of people don't know. This is a really good strategy
Hmm.
to build financial freedom. Most people, their biggest payment or their biggest expense every month is their mortgage. So,
Hmm.
if you can find a creative way to pay off that mortgage even faster, that's a faster way to financial freedom, to use that money to do other things, which I plan on doing for real estate
Right.
investing.
And why is financial freedom important to you? There's a lot of people who are like, I'm just gonna work 40 years. Hopefully I'll retire. Maybe the government's gonna take care of me, right? What
Yeah.
why is that so important to you personally, to have financial freedom and peace of mind?
Yeah, financial freedom is very important for me. Obviously, it's for me to help with my family.
Yeah.
It's for me to help for future, to build generational wealth.
Yeah.
I want to pass down the knowledge that I have down to my kids, so when they're ready
Mhm.
to buy their house, I can let them know, hey, you want to build good credit. You want to, once you build a little bit of equity in your home, and as they're working, utilize the same strategy. So dad has done it, you know, me. So then I can pass
Mhm.
that down on to my kids.
Right. Yeah, it's ultimately about giving our next generation a leg up, right? Head start. Because a lot of times we're sitting here going, man, I wish I knew about this 10, 20,
Exactly.
30 years ago. I'm like, and you might have felt like, oh my gosh, I'm running out of time, and or like I feel unprepared for my future. And we want to make sure that our kids don't have to go through the same struggle and that epiphany, a light bulb moment later in life. We want them to have realized this, either coming out of high school or college early as possible to get them prepared. So I love that. I totally jive with that. I relate. So you find out that this is a strategy. It makes sense for you. You get on a call with us, like many of the viewers might have or might be interested in doing so. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. We're actually gonna go through the calculator to actually go through a real life scenario. So let me go and share my screen. And just like what I prefaced before, Jason, I know even before getting on the call, is if you feel at any point uncomfortable or not confident, just let me know. Obviously, the whole process of this is making sure that you feel confident and at
Sure.
peace going through it. And then you don't have to be super precise. So just rounding things up or down in a conservative fashion will probably be a good idea. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and start here. And for our viewers, this calculator is available for you to download for free just to try out and see what this strategy could mean for you. So let's go and start with the original balance. So to define this, this is before you even got started with us. Last time you refinanced or got this mortgage, what balance did you start out with for this mortgage?
Yeah. So the original mortgage balance for my home was 319,000.
Okay, 319,000. Excellent. And what was the mortgage balance at the time that you started doing our strategy?
So it was probably around 280, I would say.
280. Okay. And what was the interest rate?
4.125.
4.125. Excellent. Okay, so the PNI is about 1546, excluding taxes and insurance premiums. Would you concur with this number, Jason? Is it about where it needs to be?
Yes.
Okay. And what would you say is the start date for you when you started the strategy and working with us?
That would have been July of 2022.
Okay, 2022. All right, excellent. Okay. And moving down below, and again, this is a part where if you don't feel comfortable sharing, that's fine. But just the ballpark, what would you say your net monthly income and expenses are, just rounding it up or down?
So is this including the mortgage or not including the
Oh, not
mortgage?
including. Yeah.
Yeah, not including the mortgage, probably around 1,500.
Okay. So is that your net cash flow or is that your expenses?
No, that's expenses.
Okay. So 1,500 for expenses. Okay. And net monthly income, what would you say? Again, just rounding up or down.
It was 5,000.
Okay. Excellent. So 5,000 for the net monthly income, or yeah, net monthly income, and then living expenses about 1,500, and you got your P&I at 1,500. So overall, like 4,000 ish, for cash outlay every month. For your new line of credit information, so we're working with you, specifically the HELOC. Did the strategist get you a first lien or a second lien
The
position?
second lien position.
Okay, and what was the chunking amount that was suggested by our strategist?
5,000.
5,000. Okay. And do you know what the interest rate is on your line of credit right now?
I think it was 8.75.
8.75. Okay. So excellent. So this is a great point for, and I'll pause real quick right now because Jason originally started out with 4.125%, which is obviously lower than 8.75. I mean, literally doubled in terms of the interest rate that he's using on the HELOC. So let me show you what the results are. And these are, again, potential result. I'm not saying this is, to the T. This is not gospel. This is just a ballpark figure as far as what Jason could potentially see. So we're estimating about 10.1 years when Jason's going to be done. Jason started out in 2022. So he's already about a year and a half in, which is great. So he's got about 8.5 years left to go. He would have paid approximately $158,000 of interest, but because of our strategy, he's going to end up paying only $66,000, which means $92,000 saved. I'm going to actually zero this out. Actually, Jason, did you have any consumer debt that you were working with, like credit cards, student loans, anything like that?
I had a credit card debt. It was around 4,000.
Okay. All right. And just to show you what this is estimating 24% interest on that $4,000 credit card. I mean, 24% is pretty average for a credit card interest rate. And so we're also factoring what he would have paid and saved, and we're adding that into the total interest saved. So Mortgage interest saved about $92,000. Combined interest saved, we're saving about $102,000. Paying this off in about 10 years. And yeah, so right now he's got a 4.125% interest, but with the new interest that he's paying, it's as if he's paying a 2.9% interest rate, which is pretty good. So again, Jason, would you say this is pretty close to what you were imagining and what was estimated for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So 10.1 years, $102,000, absolutely phenomenal. This is a lot of cash saving, but I think Jason and I both could agree that it's the time that we're saving. That's the biggest. Time is the most valuable commodity, right? We're not going to get our time back. I mean, sure, we can always make more money, but time is probably arguably the most important and the valuable resource that Jason's able to get back with our strategy. So thank you, Jason, for sharing that. I hope this experience was valuable and insightful for our viewers as well. So, Jason, now that you're being able to finish this off and paying this off in almost 8.5 years moving forward, saving almost $100,000, what is now the new possibility for you? How do you feel, having gone through this journey and experience?
It's been amazing. It's been a really good experience. The ABC program, the strategist that works with you one on one,
Yeah,
they're very knowledgeable, very friendly, always available when you need them. You just schedule a
yeah,
call, and my strategist is Patrick Grimm.
yeah.
He's phenomenal, and not only that, it's the ABC community with our weekly calls.
Mhm.
There's a Q&A session that you can ask questions, and it's just a community of like-minded individuals that work with you guys,
Yeah,
and we're all invested in the same, common goal. And it's just a great strategy. You just need to be very disciplined, and I would have never known how to do this on my own without the knowledge I've gained.
yeah, yeah, totally. So you're saving money, you're doing all that, which is awesome. I imagine you would feel a sense of financial security. There's a path moving forward, and I know you're also in the our real estate program as well. You're getting into some real estate investing. Can you share a little bit about your goals and what your journey has been so far on the real estate side?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
I stumbled upon the Kwok Brothers Passive Income Mastery um, program, and I enrolled in that as well.
yeah,
And that's more for real estate investing,
hmm,
using other people's money, and to invest in what I want to do is to invest in multifamily units.
yeah,
So it's just a one-stop shop for me with the Kwok Brothers. Able to utilize this ABC strategy to hopefully, pay off my home sooner, and
hmm.
then use the real estate investing knowledge that I have to acquire, um, you know, passive income
Right.
and build generational wealth on the
Yeah.
on the real estate investing side.
Totally. So, yeah, so Jason is on track to not only pay off his mortgage faster, save money and time, but he's also on track to build passive income, build wealth, have a portfolio of multifamily apartments, and to also secure and preserve his wealth through other means. But Jason, very exciting. What would you say to those that have not yet enrolled or have not started this journey yet? Maybe they watched the webinar, they checked out some of our materials, going on to the internet, doing some basic research, and they're kind of on the fence. They're like, ah, yeah, it sounds good, or it sounds too good to be true. They want to do it. They want to believe this is all great and real for them. What would you say to those individual kind of stuck in that spot, as a word of encouragement, or someone further down in the journey? What would you say to those individuals, kind of on the fence?
Yeah, sure. I would say just definitely just take the plunge. I mean, you have a community that's here to support you, to help answer any questions that you may
Yeah.
have. And I was very apprehensive at first, but the more videos I watched, the more testimonials,
Hmm.
and then after setting up the call with the strategist and understanding, I was like, wow, so this makes a lot of sense. It's not it's not something that is there's no tricks. It's just it requires a lot of
Yeah.
discipline. You know, you have to obviously be a disciplined person. You have to have good credit. You have to have equity in your home. But it's a really good strategy. I wish I would have known about it a lot sooner.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
Totally.
I would, you know, whenever I meet with my family and friends, I always discuss this, and tell people about the program and what what you have to do
Right.
to
Yeah.
get involved. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So, Jason, we're very excited for you and your journey, not only in paying off your mortgage, but you're also building your real estate wealth. And I know you were at one of our events recently at a retreat, which is awesome. Just shows me that you're even more committed to building this financial freedom, financial peace of mind, not only for yourself, but for your kids and your future generation as well. So, with that said, any parting words for our viewers or for me, anything that you'd like to share before you wrap up?
I would just say, just trust the process, trust the Kwok brothers. They're really good people. They're just like you and I. They're family, they're faith-based people, they're good people, and they're always here to help. You always hear about different programs with
Yeah.
different moguls or real estate experts, quote unquote, but then you never see them around.
Yeah.
You pay and then you pay and then you're on your own. But you
Right.
guys have been with us every step of the way, both in ABC and in the passive income mastery. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. So that's what I would encourage everyone.
Yeah.
Just please do it.
Yeah. Awesome. No, I thank you for the kind words and I appreciate you,
Sure.
Jason, for the compliment. So, with that said, for all of our viewers watching this, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out Jason's story. And I hope that it was insightful and it's going to help you make the right decision. And I always believe that the right decision, whether you choose to join or not to join, is one that it's going to help you get closer to your financial goal, to get you to a place where you feel confident and you have this peace of mind. You're well informed, you know your options, and as long as you're making decisions off of that, uh, great, awesome. We want to empower you through not only through Jason's story, but also the other stories that we want to share with you as well. So, Jason, thank you so much for your time and willing to step into to do this interview. And for all of our viewers, thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you in the future.